Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to explain about how to close the file which is already open. See, a very important point after working with any resource, either it is a file or it is a database, anything, right? After opening, then working with the file or database, then we need to close. Now, how to close the file? See, we already discussed in the last two videos. In the main, if you want to open the file, suppose a text file, how to open? File reader, one variable we have taken fr with the value is a null. Here important point is initially fr is holding the value is a null, right? And next one is we are creating the object. We are creating the object fr equals to new file reader, and where is the location? The path we are specifying. Any location you can specify. If the file is present, then okay. We are saying that yes, file opened. File opened. In case if the file is not present, chance of getting the catch block, of course, exception you have to write system.out.println, that exception message. I'll show you practically. And to close the resource, we discussed in exception handling, finally block is important. In finally block, directly we should not supposed to close the file. First, we are checking file opened successfully or not. If file is opened, then only close the file. If file is not opened, we cannot close the file. So, if that fr is not equals to null, then only close. Fr dot close is there. With the help of that, we are closing. System.out.println file closed. Let me explain more clearly about this. Whenever you are opening the file, two cases we need to consider: success case and failure case. First, let me explain the success case. Consider what you are looking for, the file is present in the given path. If file is there in the given location, file is there, what will happen? It will open the file at some location and the address will store into fr. Address will store into fr, so it will close. How? After opening the file, there is no exception, so catch block will not execute. Right after that, directly it will come to the finally block. What is the fr value? 2046. 2046 is not equals to null. 2046 not equals to null. Yes, condition is true. So it will close. File opened successfully and file closed successfully. Imagine if file is not present, what we are looking for? If the file is not present. So initially fr value starting with null, when it is looking for the file, consider if the file is not there, it will not assign any value to fr. Fr value null will be null only. When problem comes, it will come to the catch block and it is showing the message, whatever the message you have written, something like a file not present. Then it will come to finally block as it is. But here the rule is we should not supposed to call the close. Why? Because file not open. Na? That's why, what is fr value? Null. Null value not equals to null, condition fail. So if block will not execute. So remember the point. Whenever we open the file, whenever we open the file, we must close the file. We must close the file. Any resource you must close. That is. So practically, I'll show you with the example what we discussed. The same thing I'll explain. Suppose here it is. How to open the file already we discussed. How to open the file. Suppose if file is present is a successful mode. After catch block, we are writing the finally block. Finally block. Directly we should not suppose to close. If that fr is not equals to null, if it is not null, like if file is there, then only we should close the file. Fr dot close, just giving the message is a file closed successfully. But see, when you run this code, that close is throwing one exception, IO exception, that we should not handle. I mean, we need to handle, but here we didn't handle, right? Instead of that, simply you can use a throws. I don't want to handle that exception. Which exception? IO exception it is throwing. Just simply compile and run. File opened in read mode as well as file closed successfully. In case file is not there, imagine input1.txt file is not there. Input1.txt file is not there. File not open, so exception will come and this message will not print because here condition fails. Just compile and run. Exception, there is no such file. So this is the simple way of how to open the file and how to close the file using try block as well as a finally block. Hope you understood. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.